Hello and thank you for checking out my first deck profile. Today we're going to be going over my Cooler Mill build for the Zenkai Cup last weekend. I had a few people ask for it, so we're just going to get right into it. If you don't know what this leader does, on the front side when this card attacks a leader, draw one card. And then when the power of one of your opponent's battle cards is decreased, your opponent places the top card of their deck in their drop. And the auto, once per turn, if it's your opponent's turn, when the power of one of your opponent's battle cards is decreased by the skill of one of your battle cards, draw one card. And then Awaken, when your life is at 4 or less, you may draw one card and then switch one of your energy and switch it to active mode and flip this card over. And on the back side, it's exactly the same, except that when you minus an opponent's battle card on your turn or your opponent's turn, you get to draw a card. So first we're going to go through the basic red-blue package. We got our 4 super combos, our 4 tyrannical assaults, 4 Herculean Boo, 4 chilled ruling through fear, and our 4 check lands, and then a 1 suffocating tyranny. And I run Radiant Sands for my secret rare. You could also run the Vegeta Unbridled Power, possibly Pan if you need to. I use her for an extra super combo, and then if I need to push aggression on certain decks, I can bring her out turn 2 or 3 on offense and push for a double strike crit. We'll go over some of the interactions at the end of the video, but right now we're just going to get through the deck so that people who are looking for a build can just go on and continue. For me, I run this Frieza package right here. This is the thing that makes me want to run the deck right now. I've got 2 full power Friezas, 3 Frieza Unending Onslaughts, 2 Mutable Menace, and 3 Clan Commanders. Main reason I run this package over that does the same thing is that this Frieza allows me to use Mutable Menace to play the Overdrive for 1. We'll go over that at the end. So we're going to set this aside. Offset battle cards and extras. We've got 4 beans. Got 2 testing, 2 dirty burst, 1 We Are Universe 7. This is basically an extra super combo. I ran a Jiren and a Pilaf during the Zenkai Cup for blue. 2 topos, 3 black smokes. I basically replaced Draw Apes with black smoke. We've got the 4 1-drop Frieza negates and 3 of the Gohan SGR. This card's really nice in this. One of the reasons that it's really nice is that once you've awakened, you can play it for 1 on offense and it'll neg the entire board 7 cards. So that's a mill 7 if they have 7 targets for you to hit. Otherwise, it's a nice way on defense. You can combo with it, pay 1 to put it in your Z energy on defense, and then draw a card. That's the deck. Pretty basic cooler. We had some really good matchups. We went 4 and 4. We lost to a Cell first round that I hadn't seen before, running in a 17 package. Then we won 4 in a row. We beat the Trunks reboot, Ku, Zamasu, and can't remember. Anyway, for the Z deck, we ran 2 of the Vegeta Surmounting the Impossible, just Self-Awaken, Card Cycle, 3 Rush Attacks, really good card for this deck. You need to push some pressure. We have 1 Cell, just as kind of like a ripcord. If they have too big of a board and I don't have anything to handle it and I need to get rid of it, Cell comes in. And then Beerus, same sort of thing. I try not to use Beerus too much because he does bottom deck, but there's sometimes just need to, and then he's an extra if you want to do 3 swings. You can get him out there for 4. All right. So that's the basic profile that I ran. If you like it, go ahead and put it together. Let me know if you have any other suggestions. Let me know. Let me just go through some of the interactions that can help you win some games with this deck. You are fighting an uphill battle most of the time. So one of the main things is your awakening. You want to be really strategic about it. You don't want to just rush down to 4 and awaken. You don't mind waiting because you're milling, right? If you're going to be more aggressive, then sure, you want to awaken. But you want to try to awaken on defense because what it gives you the most value out of the leader's abilities. So say you get swung at, you arrival. My favorite arrival target on defense is if they have one, we bring out the Herculean Boo. What he does is he minuses 10 on play and you draw a card. So if you minus an opponent with the leader's skill, you draw one and then you draw another one. So that's a +2. And then you awaken, you draw another card, unawaken, 3, and then you can arrival anything. So like if you have another Herculean Boo, you could even drop it again if they have a target. You can get another +2. Or what you do is you drop a cooler, minus whatever they have, get your mills, get your draw. So then you've got 4 more cards in hand, or 2 more cards in hand after you've used these 2. And then at the end of the turn, the Herculean Boo will let you pick up your cooler again. So you put that back in your hand. Doing that save you a lot, give you a lot of cards. One of the things this deck does struggle with is drawing. So if your opponent doesn't play battle cards, you can run out of cards pretty quick. You can do the same sort of thing with the Chilled, because when you drop him, you get to search top 5 for a Frieza clan and minus. So you do that, search your 5, minus, draw a card, awaken, do the same thing again. So good +2 with this guy. On the opposite side, that's 3 energy total. But then you get a blocker. So this might even be the better move on defense. So then you play him, get your 1, and you draw a card. So you drew 2 from Boo, drew 1 from lead, and 2 from him. Pretty good. And then again, you can pick him up again because of Boo. And what this guy does in hand is he allows you to have arrivals because you can combo him for free if you have a red-blue multicolor. So he's really good in the deck. Allows you some offensive arrivals without having to waste your super combos if you need to. We do run one of the Suffocating Tyranny. This guy, really wish he had some protection, but he's really strong. You pay 3. You can arrival him on defense or offense. It doesn't really matter. I prefer to do it on offense because he's a triple striker. You play him out. It minuses. You make your opponent mill 1 card. You minus 25 to anything on board on play. So that's a mill 2. And then you swing and you make a mill and minus again. And then at the end of your turn, you can bounce him back to hand and restand an energy. So doing that on offense, tapping out on turn 3 if you need to, and then picking him up and having 1 energy open going into the turn. Great. So I want to go over this Frieza package more. With the way the boards have been built in this meta, he can be a sleeper hit if the opponent's not ready for him. Over the weekend, I was able to hit somebody for a mill 18 and win the game. My biggest mill. But you really need the Mutable Menace for that. So kind of run through the package works. Where the gates at? So the Frieza package really works well with these 1-drop negates because they are swap, right? So you play them on defense for 1, you negate the turn, you negate the attack, and then most likely because it's a 1-drop, people will leave it. If they get rid of it, no big deal. But if they leave it, you can swap out for Clan Commander, bring him back to hand, search top 5, which allows you to find any of these cards for a Frieza clan. And then if you get a Mutable Menace, you don't even need to play him. You can just combo and get him to your drop. You want him in your drop. That's all you want. Because he has an activate main for 1 blue. If your opponent has 3 or more energy, choose 1 red or blue Frieza card with an energy cost of 3 in your battle area. And then this card in your drop and send him to your warp, and you can play a Frieza clan of 5 or less. So you can play him for 1 blue on turn 3, which a lot of people aren't expecting. The key is to have this guy on board, which what this does, instead of the cooler you pick up your Frieza clan, you pay 1 blue, and then you play it. He has a little bit more to it, so you do the same thing. You pick up a Frieza clan, you choose 1. So say you have a cooler out, right? You pick up your cooler, and then you play him for 1 blue. And when you play him, you discard a card, and you can pick up any Frieza clan 5 or less from your drop. So what that's really clutch for me in this game, because a lot of people will focus on getting rid of your 5 drops. If they KO them, you just get them back for later. So you do that, you play him out, you leave him on board, and then you swapped menace. So if you have to on offense, right? So you left this guy out. This is here, let's pick these out. Let me. So this is the ideal kind of offensive turn, right? So you negated the attack on defense. You're on swap. It's your turn. You have a clan commander in hand. All right, I'm gonna play clan commander. Swapped out. I'm gonna search whatever. Let's say I find. This is just we're just assuming everything is where it's supposed to be. The drop. This is in my hand. Let's say I just drew this Frieza. Okay. So then on offense, I would swing, draw my card. I would activate Unending Onslaught, pick up this Frieza, finish my attack. Then I would pay a blue for these two, and then play Frieza. And then when you swing Frieza, he minuses the board 30k, ignoring barrier. He has an additional auto that anytime one of your opponent's battle cards' power is reduced, they mill 2 cards. So that 2 plus the leader's 1 is a mill 3. So when I got to play this against my opponent this weekend, he had 6 cards on field. I swang. He milled 18. He had 19 cards in deck. I win. So this allows you to be a little bit more aggressive on the mill. And if anything, if it's not a mill situation with the deck, it's a 30k triple striker. Bad thing is it doesn't have any protection, but none of this deck. So you are fighting an uphill battle with the entirety of this thing, but it is a lot of fun to catch your opponent sleeping and mill them out. If you have any questions, please comment below. If you guys want to see more deck profiles, more Dragon Ball content, please like and subscribe. This is my first, so if you have any suggestions, they're greatly appreciated. Have a great day.